Hey y'all. Let's see. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see if this works. Oh, that's not working at all. Hold on, my closed caption thing isn't working. Let's see if that works. No, it was working. And then it got thrown off. There we go. So, I'm testing out closed captions just for fun. Well, and for accessibility, because, like, right, do it. Yeah, so I'm testing these out. Um, oops. Oh, I see what's going on. So apparently, well, I'm glad this is why I marked this as testing. Because, yeah, there we go. Apparently, if you do it in a tab with a bunch of other tabs, it's going to grab that tab. So I'm still trying to figure out how, mostly the problem of this is on the OBS end, not the web captioner. The web captioner seems to work pretty damn well. Um, so, okay. Well, that's fine. No, okay. Cool. Oh, excuse me. I might sneeze here in a minute. I think I'm a little stuffy. Is anybody else there? Oh, yeah, I can't. I keep forgetting I can't. Uh, like, here's the one thing about that closed captioner. I can't.
Sorry, when you play Junior, instant.
Ooh. Can't mess around with this stuff too much. Like, if I have other stuff open, okay, I might mess stuff up here real quick, so I'm gonna close this out and see if that messes it up. It did not. It does not seem to mess it up. Okay. Because I like to have this where I can see stuff going on live. So, there we go. I don't know why I'm insistent on doing this, on being able to watch stuff live, but I am. Looks like there's nobody in chat, but that's okay. We might do this with no one for a little while, and that's fine. If someone shows up, they show up. Okay. So, Mapvember. So we are on day 16. I'm getting a little behind, and keep is probably going to take most of my day today, and maybe some of my day tomorrow. Then I really need to make a roll 20 set for this week. I really kind of need to make two roll 20 sets. One for this week, and then next weekend I'm going to Critical Role Live in Austin. So I'm not going to be working all weekend, so I ideally need to make two roll 20 sets. But let's go ahead and do a countdown, a quick deal of where we are. So, wow, okay, that feels good. This feels less good. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 left. I'm on keep. I kind of want to make a new thing for a new deal for what do you call it? A new template for Portal, Bridge, Tunnel, and Volcano. Cabin, I'm probably going to use the same assets I used for Outpost, and put a cabin in the snowy mountains. Portal, Bridge, Tunnel, and Volcano, I'm thinking of doing like some. Uh, I've got two ideas, either like an underground volcanic area that you could also probably use for like hell or something like that, or maybe a a jungle area. I don't know. Anyway, I shouldn't go through this stuff too much because there's no one here to talk to. Let's just jump right into this. Then if someone shows up, we'll cover that. I'm going to go on mute for a minute because I'm a little sniffly, and I've been breathing into my mic lately on the streams that I've rewatched, and I don't like it, so I'm going to go on mute. But is it as fun if I'm muted? Part of the fun's like talking to myself, right? I think? I don't know. I don't know. Why is streaming fun? Still not sure. Okay. So, we're going to have, and I guess, you know, if someone is watching this later on, it's not really a whole lot of fun if I'm just sitting here being quiet the whole time. Like I said, I am sniffly though, so I will be going on mute on the regular. I've got some water here. I hope I'm not coming down with anything, because that would be unfortunate. I probably need to grab some stumps. Although now that I know how to make them, I might just make some stumps real quick. So what I'm doing right now is very theoretically is making these compatible with my other forest sets. So you could put like a forest set. You could link this with my other forest stuff. Um, because these are 50 by 50, I don't really anticipate people really doing that very often. Like, these are already pretty darn large. What is that? Oh, I know what that is. So I've painted, we've got some optical layer tricks going on here. Uh, and if someone does show up, tell me how the music is. It doesn't look like it's louder than me, but I'm going to go ahead and turn it down just a little bit. There we go. There we go. Because this interior, this courtyard, is all like on in its own place. Yeah. So I'm gonna take this tree, put this tree over here. Let's have at least one of these big trees. If I can. No, I'm not gonna be able to do that. Okay. All right. So now let's grab this tree. Oh, crap on a stick. We'll see if anybody shows up. I'm showing 2 people. Not showing anybody in chat. But somebody is watching. Uh, Theoretically, it is not me watching myself twice. Although, that is not outside of the realm of possibility. One of those people watching is me. Just keeping an eye on the real-time stream as opposed to what I think is going on. Yeah, the lag on or the delay on Twitch is quite interesting. And by interesting, I mean quite disconcerting if you don't realize that it's that as bad as it is. I think it's like 10 seconds or something. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot. Like I would expect like a couple second lag, but as much as it is, I would not expect that. So I'm just gonna sit here. What can I talk about? So I've been watching. Yeah, if someone didn't show up after like an hour, maybe I'll like drop off and go do something else. I've been listening to Rivals of Waterdeep after finding out about it and finding out that there's some shenanigans going on with Wizards not like promoting their own streams and stuff. Bad Wizards. Bad Wizards. Um, be better, Wizards. Because I want to love D&D. I don't want to love that company very, very much. I mean, if any of you are just randomly here, I mean, I have this listed as a D&D like stream, uh, not an art stream. Because this stream, my streams are more about D&D than they aren't. Like I think if a random art, I think anybody who watches D&D could come into my streams and I'll talk to them about D&D and especially fifth ed, and kind of hold my own and know things. Uh, but like if a random art person came in here, and I don't think they would know necessarily what is going on. So, um, and there's a cat. That will probably not be last cat, but that is the first cat appearance of the stream. It is cold here. I was tempted to go put on a cap and have like a little cap. I still might. Yeah, I mean the closed captions seem to be working. I'm gonna check Twitter real quick, see if anybody responded to my tweet at all. No, so far nobody is. But that's okay. That is okay. Uh, nice quiet. Well, I shouldn't be surprised. Alyssa, her Saturday streams are really quiet. Um, and she's been streaming for like since the first of the year. Oh, she's been streaming for a little while. She's super talented, and she also knows like an absolute ass ton of people in the community. Um, so she's also a really good streamer. Like she does a good job of engaging people. So that's why I'm talking right now. I'm trying to act like trying to act or not just act. I'm trying to be involved. All right. So I'm gonna make some stumps here real quick, just because I need to. So then I'll add. I can add. Oh God, I need to add rocks and fallen trees. This is my newest wood texture that I've blended with some assets from textures.com. Um, I like it. So all I'm doing is I'm just going to put this in a square, and then I'm going to go to Distort, Blur Gallery, Distort, or I'm sorry, Polar Coordinates, and you have to do the whole thing. And then you can take this tool and go in here and select the same area, and then delete that. But then we want to go back to this, and we want to duplicate, because you can see there's a little line there. And my quick fix for that is just to toggle this 45 degrees, and then go to here, grab a feathered eraser, and just feathered erase part of this. And if someone is really, really discerning, they could probably find it. But, well, but then we're doing one more thing. Ooh, I don't. I want to try something real quick, y'all. Uh, and I don't need to spend a whole lot of time in this particular stream playing around because I've got a lot of work to do. That's going to make it look like it's elevating up. And then if I do the reverse, I can make it look like it's elevating in a little bit. But I think I'm fine like this. I think this is okay. Do I want to add some bark? I really don't feel like I want to add bark. Um, so these are 5-foot squares. Oop, I'm getting some lag. I need to find the culprit. Um, that might be one culprit. Might be my Google Drive, so I'm going to disable my Google Drive. And then the other culprits are probably, honestly, it's probably this active layer. Because I probably have some effects in there, so I'm going to go ahead and duplicate, merge. Because I'm going to be working on this tree for probably at least 30 or 45 minutes. I'm going to be working on this outer layer, and you'll come to find out why. Because I've got keep here, but once again, I'm going to wait until if people show up in the stream, then I'll kind of show off what's going on. Right now, I don't anticipate there's just a ton of people watching these outside of the stream, and that's if there's people on the stream, right? So my YouTube analytics and Twitch stuff don't show a bunch of people doing this. So, but there's always people on the interwebs who, whenever you have a keep, there's not a bunch of trees going right up to it. And I'm like, like I sort of care, but my personal preferences for battle maps are quite informed by the Ultima series back in the 80s and 90s. Grew up playing those. Love, love, love those very much. Although, no, I don't think those were too bad about just like outright misogyny, although they did not feature just a big cast of female characters. Although there were some optional side characters you could get, some of which were female, but like the core party was all Iolo, Dupree, Shamino. Those were all male. But and then they touched on like themes of racism with gargoyles and stuff like that. It's an interesting series. Got me interested. Like I used to love using the hacks to kind of do my own thing with it. So yeah, in service to all the people who are like, whenever you have a keep or a village or a city, they're not going to let trees grow right up to it. Fine. I'm going to have a couple of trees grow right up to it. You can't stop me. But I'll go ahead and add some. I think that might be too many. But I can always delete some out. Well, closed captioner seems to be working. Stumps. Alright. So that was. Did that look pretty? Um, what's going on there? Aha. Okay. So what I really probably want to do. Yeah, I was working on this really late last night, y'all. Like I was working till like 2 in the morning. So, uh, still don't see. Uh, still don't see anybody else in the chat or hanging around. Oh, DM Quicksilver is there, just not chatting. Okay. Hello, DM Quicksilver. If you can hear this, thanks for popping in. Even if you're lurking, I appreciate it. Good old DM Quicksilver. Um, I did that to somebody the other day and I freaked them out because I didn't expect like me to look in the who's chatting thing. So when I did, it caught them off guard and they're like, ah. I think that was Tom, maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. Man, I am sniffly. I hope I'm not coming down with something, y'all. That would not be okay. That would not be okay at all. I've got too much shit to do to be coming down with something. Yeah, we need that back on. Here, let's move these two folks. Need to stop calling objects guys or gals. I'm trying to work on my pronoun, do pronoun work lately, which is just an exercise in literally being conscientious about what I say and self-control, which I know that some people are like, pronouns, and I'm like, really? Like, that's the worst thing you have to bitch about in your life? So I'm actively trying to, like, step one is just being conscientious of what pronouns I'm using and when I'm using them and what I'm referring to, and then making a conscious decision about which, as a person who has a goddamn master's degree in writing, you'd think I'd already do those things, right? Like you would think that at that level of education, that you would think about things like pronouns on a regular basis, and the sad answer is no. So, at least in my particular case, and I'm willing to bet for quite a few other people as well. So, I'm trying to just make an active decision or an active attempt at doing that. And I've had some really good results. I had one of my players who is a trans. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm talking this about no one, but you know what? I've been wanting to talk about it, so I'm just gonna talk about it randomly on here because I told City there would be. I don't even view it as political, uh, but yeah, I just opened up a conversation about pronouns, and they said that they were trans and they hadn't publicly announced it or talked about it or anything. They were still a little freaky about wondering how different people in different areas are going to react. But we had a really good conversation, and I'm really super excited because I feel like I'm closer friends with that person now, uh, and that's what it's about. That's what gaming is about: is having friends and making friends and doing stuff, and you know, and when you're excluding people from the hobby, it doesn't. It's just not. I just don't. I just don't dig on that. All right, this is starting to get to the level of cluttered exterior that I was wanting. And I'm alternatively I am heavily considering making a background for this with my other environments as well. So like my swamp and my mountain that I'm making that I'm working on is and making an environment for that. Um, but in the meantime, I figured I would just with um, start with forest, just because it's kind of the most, generic for D&D Pathfinder games. I'd start with this. How far behind me is my stream? I'm gonna check to see if my stuff's still working. No, it's not. Shit. Oh, what is going on? Okay. I did something to OBS. Okay. It's back. And it is working. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's going to take me a minute to figure all this out. Make sure I'm doing this correctly. Sniffle, sniffle, he says. Alright. I thought that the closed caption had stopped working. Probably need to put something in there. If closed caption is not working, please say so in chat. Um, so I can try to fix it. So it says the article about closed caption. I'm just going to talk about that for a minute. The article about closed caption says to run it in incognito, but for some reason I can't get it. I can't get OBS to see incognito. Incognito's doing its job, and incognito Chrome tab is invisible to my OBS. It won't see it, or maybe it's entirely possible. It is okay. Let me rephrase this. It is highly likely that this is user error and that the fact that I keep up 30 million tabs all the time is making it harder for me to see uh, the incognito tab. But I swear I closed out a whole bunch of tabs and was still refreshing and looking, and I could not find this incognito tab where I had this closed caption stuff. And let me go ahead and mention this too. Um, how freaking cool is that? That they have a live, free, closed caption thing specifically for streamers. Like, how cool is that? I think it's pretty damn cool. Um, I would like to get some other streamers like Alyssa and Dom, and maybe I could get some other streamers I know to start using it too. Yeah, other streamers. I am the most lax a daisical random ass streamer. I just kind of stream whenever the fuck I feel like it. But that's what happens when you have like 3 or 4 jobs and a full, yeah, including a full-time day job and a bunch of other stuff, running games. Like I've got a game night at my sister's tonight, and I've got a bunch of stuff going on, like a whole bunch of stuff. So there's no incentive for this to be my number one priority right now. If I were to like lose a job or something like that, I might try streaming for extra cash or something, just to see what happens uh, while I'm trying to find another day job. But until such a time, knock on wood, it isn't soon, I don't feel much incentive to have. Ooh, I've got 3 viewers now. That's cool. Yay, 3 viewers. Hello, new viewer. Are you in chat? Nope. Chat just says me and DM Quicksilver. Well, DM Quicksilver, if you hear this and feel so inclined, please feel welcome to chat. Although you're probably doing something else too, aren't you? The world of a million. Ooh! Oh shit! Holy snikers! That's not who I expected to show up in chat. Hello, everybody. Everybody, this is Kim. This is a friend of mine from the real world, and my sister's SO. I swear it's usually more lively than this, Kim. Saturdays are not my usual streaming time. I don't have a usual streaming time. Uh, yeah, right. As opposed to the online fictitious digital world, which is not real. It's all fake. Um, but yeah, what was I even talking about? Oh yeah, yeah. So I normally stream like weekdays before some other more popular streamers stream, and then I raid them with whoever shows up to mine. So I can actually usually get a decent little group. But today it is not. It is not happening today. Okay. So there's my grass. Let's go ahead and make some paths here. Oh, I need to duplicate that layer mask. So, yeah, so what we're doing, Kim, is we're working on Mapvember, and this is day 22, keep. Um, and I've got, this thing's a beast. This is the first floor, but I have like, and there's that. I have, what, a second floor? Well, here, let's look real quick. Got a second floor, third floor, fourth floor, a top floor, and then I also have a bottom floor, which is, where's that? An underground layer. So and this thing is in jeopardy of kind of slowing me down. So I'm gonna try to get this finished before I come over to y'all's house tonight. It's kind of my goal. Because I still need to make some Roll 20 sets, because I'm going to see Critical Role live in Austin with Eric next week, uh, and and all that shit. Wow, cool. Kim's watching my chat. Kim is cooking me burgers in a few hours, and I'm excited to eat those burgers. That I am becoming very much a fan of Kim's grilling. It is delicious. So all of the other 2 people, um, they're well, out Kim. So it says there's like 3 people watching. one of those is me, because in addition to like having it open in OBS, I know other streamers don't all do this, but I do. I have it open in OBS, but I also keep it open in the live channel because there is actually a delay, uh, and some other, I don't know why I keep it open in regular too. I just feel inclined to. Okay, so that was too much. So I'm gonna drop my opacity on this. There we go, and to get this kind of trail going here. Uh, and then we'll. And I'm assuming, Kim, if my like sound or music or anything are wonky, please let me know. I said that to DM Quicksilver earlier, but they are not responding. I think I'm also going to drop this down to 50% and do a little bit of and remove a little bit of the grass around the bases of some of these stumps. And then I'm going to add the effects like the shadows to the trees and the stumps and everything. And I'm going to add some fallen logs here in the woods outside of the keep. Um, and then I'm probably going to call it a day on on the on the area outside of the keep. So I have to get this area outside of the keep done so that I can. Will that work? I have to get that done. Well, I could do it last, but I want to kind of see what it's going to look like because as I do the upper towers for the keep and the battlements and stuff like that, it's going to be like being able to see what's around the keep is going to be a huge part of the visual aspect. So that's why I decided I want to go ahead and do this outside part real quick just to get a good understanding of what it's going to look like at the higher levels. Um, and hopefully adding dressing to the higher levels, the couches and the fireplaces. Hopefully, all that's going to get easier because as I go up, there's less and less space. Because I mean, you're subtracting areas. It's like, but you're not adding as far as like new vertical space. So okay, so there's that. What else did I want to do? Did I want to do anything else? Oh, I did want to do something else. So I was thinking about adding or getting rid of, like doing that. But I'm not sure if that's necessary to add like a second dirt layer. So there's places where it kind of changes. And I just like that because it adds. You can tell that these are repeatable tiles if you look in. So sometimes if you just add a little bit of variation with a second layer of repeatable tiles, it kind of hides that a little bit. Like helps it smooth through. It's something else I got from learned from old Zatnokiel over across the pond. It looks very impressive. Thank you, Kim. Also, thank you for chatting. It feels very weird to sit here with nobody chatting for long periods of time. I had threatened to, if that kept happening, close down early and go listen to Rivals of Waterdeep. It's my newest stream I'm listening to. Yeah, what's kind of funny is that Eric and I both booked that this Critical Role thing, and now both of us are like, I'm not really been into Critical Role just a whole lot lately. So, oh, the irony. Um, and if you hear me breathing into my mic or something like that, let me know. And how you do maps. Photoshop is hard. Photoshop is hard, my friend. And let me tell you, I'm not nearly as good with it as I would like to be. I've been making maps for almost 3 years now, and some of these techniques I learned 6 months ago. I mean, Like it's just I'm constantly learning new things. Like there's I think you could spend most of your life, and then you can get into like scripting. Okay, now that looks badass. That's looking more like. I still want to add a little bit of like debris and some paths, but we're I think we're very nearly there. I think I want to add some fallen logs. So let's maybe do that before we add the paths and the debris. I think so. Let's go. Let me go grab some fallen logs real quick. Whoop. Those are my new mushrooming logs. Those are for my swamps. But who says I can't use them in a forest if I want to? Oh, I can add some dead trees too. Let's just go ahead. I'm gonna be lazy. Oops. Oh well, those are my smooth hardwoods. Those are the ones that I intended for like logging camps and stuff like that. Yeah, let's go ahead and use those. So what I'll do is I'll just let's see how big these are too. So these are 5 feet, 5-foot squares. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So that's a 30-foot log. That's like 3 feet in diameter. Yeah, that's pretty big. I think that'll work. Yeah, someone else, another map, Demille of Demille's Wondrous Works, who I would argue is a real life friend, even though I've never met her in real life. It's always been online. Is that an attempt to like? Is that a rhetorical attempt to devalue the friendships that we make online? Like by normalizing that language of real life. So if you're friends with someone real and online, that's somehow not a real friendship. Is that reinforcing that concept? Because it kind of feels like it is, and like maybe I shouldn't use that language. Kim, I have all the Adobe suite and just open it up and look at it periodically. Put your license, your Adobe license, on the wall next to your guitars. Sorry, just picking at you. I've been using Adobe Photoshop semi regularly to regularly, on and off, for probably over 15 years. Um, very Not very often in a work capacity. It's almost always been hobby related or just something I wanted to play with. Um, but I mean, yeah, there's just a ton of stuff. Um, there's tons and tons of stuff you can do with it. There's so much stuff. I can do some stuff in Photoshop, not like you, but well, if you ever have any questions, let me know. I've got, I mean, like I said, on a scale of 1 to 10 with Photoshop, what would I put myself at? A 4? Like a solid 4? Yeah, yeah, I'd be a solid 4, I think. So I wouldn't even put myself in like the. I can do stuff that relates to maps. That's the stuff I can do. I've got some friends who are graphic designers and stuff like that, and they talk about certain functions and stuff they do, and I'm just kind of like, what are you talking about? I really need to do some key bindings, action key bindings of stuff that I do on a regular basis. Is you can actually record that so that when you hit your key binding, it'll automatically execute the series of actions that it's linked to, um, and that would be, I think, very useful for me. Unfortunately, I have not done that because I'm lazy. Well, I'm not lazy. I got shit I'm doing, and those kinds of things. If I were to, Alyssa Faden, she's got, she says Sundays are admin days. And if I were doing less cartography, that would probably be a smart idea for me to have an admin day where all I do is stuff that I should have done in the past but have not been doing. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Is that enough? And I'm not, I mean, I have rocks and stuff I could toss. Speaking of guitars, I texted your boy Matt, no reply. I mean, just when did you text him? Today? I mean, he could take like a day. He's got like 3 or 4 jobs too, so it yeah, you gotta kind of give him a second. But yeah, he teaches both Jeff and my daughter, so Jeff's been taking lessons with him for a while, I think. Millie's only been taking lessons with him for 3 years. I think Jeff's been taking lessons with him for like 5 or 6 years. No, that's not true. That's not true at all. Maybe a couple years longer than Amelia. I don't know. I have no concept of time anymore. Time means nothing to me. And I thought about a variation of this map where like there was a barbarian camp or like some troubadours or something like camped out there to the south, like a little stage. I thought about doing something like that. I just haven't really messed with it. All right, then we're going to drop that. So we're going to name that paths, and we're going to drop that down to started at 15%. This morning, a few hours ago. Yeah, you can give him a minute. He's a barista at Starbucks, like 6 days a week or something like that, and then he plays gigs on the weekend nights, and then teaches in the evenings. Like I have no idea when that dude sleeps. Oh, and yeah, as someone else reported, like during the day, he's always posting on Facebook where he's taking his 4-year-old like out to the zoo and stuff. It's like, so you work in the morning, you hang out with your son during the day, you teach in the evening, and you play gigs at night. When do you sleep? Like, I'm not making this up, y'all. If anybody else stumbles across this, like, this dude is legitimate. And he's been doing this for years. His son's 4. He's been doing this shit for years. It's like, what? So that is what you can expect to live like if you become a professional artist. For if you decide to be a full-time musician, that will be your schedule. You will have supplemental income by working at Starbucks. Um, Actually, we're going to drop this debris down to 25. I mean, I think it looks pretty solid. A baristo, a baristo, a barista. I don't know. I don't know things. So yeah, he's probably just getting off Starbucks in like another 45 minutes. I'm an artist. read my story, you'd be like, oh my god, this guy is good. You want me to read your story, Kim? I don't entirely get what's going on. Alright. I mean, I'll read your stories if you want me to read your stories. Might need to wait until after November. Getting my ass kicked here at the moment. Oh. Oh, well. Really? Is that true? I mean, I don't know these things. Oh, are you doing like the nano month or some shit, Kim? The right, what is it, like 2,500 words a day? Craziness. No, fuck that. Oh, let's see if my annotations are going to censor. Oh, I think maybe they did censor it because I said that. Fuck that. Hold on, let me check my. No. Uh-oh, I think my OBS might be cutting off. Huh. Okay. Well, let's put that back. Alright. I'm just messing with my annotations there. November, no, right month, yeah, whatever that is. Um, okay. Yeah, German has some pronoun stuff too. Fuck the pronoun stuff. Dare D Dawson D. Amiga. Gotta start the fixins. Alright, man, I'll see you in like 4 hours and 40 minutes. Go have fun. Thanks for grilling tonight. I appreciate it. And thanks for stopping in and chatting. I appreciate that too. God. Me snorting and sniffing and. Blech. Alright, well, I mean, let's take a look at at these interiors here real quick. See if there's any changes we want to make. Oh, I didn't add, that's the thing I didn't add. Render, clouds. Let's go ahead and rotate them real quick. Overlay. 50. So we also don't have castle shadow, or keep shadow I should say, which we might want at some point. Let's actually look at that real quick, because I might. What is all that? Is that just shadows? Huh. is that coming from? Oh, I know where that's coming from. I know exactly where that's coming from. Is that better to be right where it is, or should that be like behind everything else maybe? Because that's my keep shadow right there. It's not very pronounced. That makes it a little bit more pronounced. This will make it even more pronounced. Alright, I mean, I'm pretty happy with this, honestly, y'all. I'm going to save here real quick, which is going to take Photoshop like 5 minutes. In new computer. Um, oh, Twitter, promote Eva stuff. Jesus. Goodness. Sorry, y'all. It's probably not a whole lot of fun. You might want to use the Twitter, uh, or not the Twitter, the closed captions, and just put me on silent so you're not listening to me sniffle and snuffle and snortle. It's probably obnoxious as shit. Ooh, goodness. Okay, so I think that's it. Like I think I'm good. I think I'm good on that part. So it's time to move on to second floors. So here's second floors. Yeah. And then here's third floors. And there's fourth floor. And there's top floor. Jesus, I have so much to do, y'all. Okay. It's still saving. Lord. Alright, well let's go ahead and just jump in here, y'all. This shit isn't gonna make itself. Alright. So, I want to look real quick and just do a double check. So here on the first floor, I plan on releasing another version of these towers on Roll20 where there's like some more stuff. But, so there's actually a little bit more space in here than I need. So I'm actually kind of taking up space a little, or like, I'm not making things as cluttered as I possibly could. Um, but here's like a library, and then here's a dining room and a kitchen that goes downstairs. This is like a hangout area, I'm guessing, for the staff, and then this is like a study area. Second floor plan is. This is the den proper, or like a study, maybe like a private meeting chamber with like a table with less people, and then I'm gonna have a fireplace here. Uh, these are gonna be rooms. These are going to be private rooms, so there's going to be 5 private rooms, and then this is going to be a wash area. Um, and then this, probably just going to put some chests in here and make this like a vault. So the idea is that could be like a guest chamber or something like that. And then up here, we're going to have like some master bedrooms, I think, and this is going to be a temple. And then on the fourth floor, this is going to be like a dance hall. Um, yeah, this is going to be a dance hall, and then these are going to be armories. Let's see, what do we have planned for the tower? Let's see, for the tower, we have these are going to be some mage rooms with studies and stuff like that. These are going to be more guard barracks, I think. Um, and then up here, these are going to be, I don't know, I'm thinking about putting like magical stuff in here, like fonts or something. Well, like, I don't know. Yeah, mage stuff happens here. And then these are going to be like some bedrooms. So anyway, that's my master plan. This is the top of a like a lodge area. Um, so I don't entirely know what's going on up here. I haven't figured that out yet. Thinking storage and maybe a couple of beds. Um, these areas, what are going to be in here? Yeah, I think this is going to be armory. I think there's going to be like weapons and armor and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and, without any further ado, let's move the dressing where it belongs, which is right here. And yeah. And then if we wanted to, we could go ahead and take this stuff. Oops. And merge it. Oh goodness. How long have I been going? I started at 12:30. So I've been going for like an hour. Okay. I might go for a little bit longer. Is City streaming? City is not streaming. So I might jump in there and raid City when they come on. Why is that so dark? I must be getting some double shadows here. Oh no, I think that's just literally what happens when I added that, when I made that so dark. I have very, very, very much considered. Whoops. I very, very much considered. Sorry, y'all. Checking my phone. I very much considered scaling this back. I still might, to be honest with you. And I've already scaled it back some from where I started. It's just a lot, but at the same time, like I wanted it to be really cool. I plan on using this in my next campaign, but I don't know. I don't know. I really love this kind of stuff, and uh, and this kind of stuff makes me happy. So I really wanted to do it. I want to see something here real quick, y'all. Oh, uh, I just want to see how this looks. These stairs up that are outside. I'm gonna have to do that on the final, I guess. Oh, well, no, I mean, that's fine. I just have to. I just need to remove that flooring that's underneath them, which probably shouldn't be there anyway because it's providing a shadow that isn't necessary. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take it out real quick. Oh, that's becoming a thing. Because then I'm gonna have to do the walls too. Shit. Yep. I think my initial inclination, which was just to do this after the fact, is probably going to be the smarter play here. Although I don't like doing that because if I forget, then it comes out wrong. But oh well. All right. Check my stuff. All right. Dressing. First, let's remove all the effects. Alright. My head feels like it's filled with a pillow. I'm not sure. So I did a catering last night where it was kind of sort of hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. So that might have something to do with it. I'm going to make the assumption that I'm not coming down with any sort of illness. Because if I were coming down with some sort of illness, I'd be very cranky about it. So how are y'all? How are you, Twitterverse? Or well, not Twitterverse, Interwebsverse. You there, DM Quicksilver? Actually, I haven't looked at the chat in a while. I'm showing Bloodluster, DM Quicksilver, and Community Showcase. Bloodluster, that seems familiar. Seems very familiar. Okay, well let's, I'm gonna do this real quick. Um, remember that's 5 feet, so that's 5 feet by whatever. Pretty big tub. Pretty big tub. Alright, there's tubs. I can't remember if I wanted hay or not. I don't think I'm going to have any use for hay or troughs. So I'm going to delete both of those. Plants. It's going to be a lot of plants, but plants are one of those things I like to do last. Anvils. No anvils on this layer. Chairs. We're not going to do chairs yet. We're going to wait until we do other things first. Let's go ahead and maybe start with beds and tables. Are a good place to start, I think. So if there were a siege, those towers are going to be there. I'm going to have those as armories. Because I think, is this the yeah, this is the level with my battlements. Do I want to even have some places to fire ballista out of? I mean, this is a local lord's keep. Like, would they anticipate being sieged to the point where they would need ballista? I don't know. This is where it would be good to have Papa Fox in the chat because he could give his opinions. Damn it, Papa Fox. You're probably doing stuff with your family now that I think about it. Papa Fox has like 2 or 3 daughters and a wife, some other stuff. So I mean, it's all good. I'm not mad at you, Papa Fox. If you watch this later, which you probably won't, but enjoy your family time. I'm gonna have my family time later too. So my daughter, it's her birthday weekend. She's with her mother. We did a party for her Thursday. And then we're going to do another birthday dinner for her. She's going to end up having like 3 birthdays or 4 birthdays this year. But that's about on par. That's about right. So we have enough room for like 15 guards on the lower level. So with this added in, it's going to be room for like another. Oh, I see what's going on here. Do that. So this is going to be enough barracks for 25 guards total. I could fit some more beds in. I don't know if 25 is good or not. Yeah, I think that's good for me. All right. Should this be private office or room? Because we have master bedrooms upstairs, so I'm guessing these are actually probably going to be guest bedrooms. Um, so yeah. Frackin'. All right, Josh, stop looking around and do stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and put some guest beds. We'll use the nice beds. So that's gonna be like 7 feet long. And this will be some pretty cool color combinations here because we're gonna have the red of the bed and the green of the potted plants. And then I'll toss some dressers in here, some nice dressers, and that'll be good. Um, yeah, so this could work. The PCs could be like staying here, and there could be a murder mystery, and there could be all kinds of stuff that happens here, really. Yeah, now that I'm writing these adventures along with Chris Hopper, this is a whole new level of I don't know what I'm doing. Because that's very much what it is. Uh, Writing the adventures, that is. I mean, I know, like, I'm familiar with DMing and all that. I feel very comfortable with that. It's kind of a weird. It's a weird exercise. Writing adventures. Because you're anticipating what you think might happen, but I think most experienced DMs will agree that what you think most likely will happen is not what the players end up doing. Like they do the things that you don't expect for them to do, and that is sort of the modus operandi of most players. Hey DM, this thing that you didn't think I was going to do, I'm going to do that. And this thing that you thought in a million years I would never do because it's like dangerous and shit, I'm definitely doing that. Like, that is without a doubt happening. It just occurred to me I don't have any servants' quarters. Guess I probably sleep with the guards. Could make one of these servants' quarters. Yeah, I'm gonna make one of these servants' quarters. Whoop. Make the beds a little smaller. I would like to do like small villages at some point. I just haven't got around to it. There you go. That looks cramped enough to be servants' quarters. I don't think I'm gonna make it to dinner tonight without having another snack. Eat some hummus. I think I might put a couple of ballista in the towers, like in storage, to bring out in case they do have an attack, and then I'll put some weapon crates in there as well. Put something up here in the lodge. Yeah, this real life friend thing. I'm gonna start calling them offline friends and online friends. Although maybe the correct part of that is to not, normalize any differentiator. They're either your friend or they're not, you know. Like I've got some online friends that I would go meet up with like tomorrow, if they were like, "Hey, I'm in town," I'd be like, "Let's kick it." I think maybe the old differentiator, the old mindset that you can't trust people you meet online and stuff like that is kind of archaic bullshit, for lack of a better term. Although I think that's a pretty good term. It sums up my feelings about it. I mean, I get it to an extent, I guess. Back in the day, uh, when the web was new and you know and stuff like that, that there was kind of a concern about stuff happening online. But I think that's a little old school now. I think we can kind of move past that. Plus, we're adults. I don't think that's entirely as necessary as maybe it once was. I mean, we get it. There's scary people out there. But it's no reason to let that define what we as a culture, make of this whole internet phenomenon. God, when you think about it, the internet is so fucking cool. Just everything that it's allowed us to do, you know. There's nobody else. All by myself. Yeah, Rivals of Waterdeep, y'all. I'll say it again in case anybody ever sees this. Rivals of Waterdeep. I'm digging it. I'll be honest with you. I'm really digging it. Really digging it. Need to make some more furniture at some point. Pretty good with what I have. Oh, I know what I'm doing with those. Could also use those end tables, which I might do. I need to see how the rooms. Usually I add tables last to bedrooms. Oh, God. I don't know why. But it feels like outdoorsy people should have plaid beds. And this is the area above the stables. And like, so I'm kind of designing this so that if you had a party, there's like a place for all of the PC, all of the classes. So there's a tower. I made that little nature shrine. There's going to be like a temple. There's even going to be a dance hall on the very top of the tower. So I mean, there's going to be stuff for kind of everybody. And that was very, very intentional. What is that? No. Bad stairs. Um, guess, yeah, I mean, Alyssa's Saturdays are usually pretty quiet, so I'm not shocked or surprised by a lack of people. I still don't know what I'm going to put in here. I think that might be an armory slash like supply, and then have like a place with some maps and whatnot, like a table with some maps. So yeah, let's get a nice table. Let's figure out the table we want to use. Oh, we had. Did I not use it? Yeah, that table. Oh, that was going to be kind of like my planning room. So what do I want in there? I unfortunately don't have cages. Be cool if I did. Be a whole lot cooler if you did, man. Still don't know what I want to do with that room. Oh well. Let's not get bogged down on that. Let's not get bogged down. So I'm not looking at chat. Yeah, nothing's happened. Good, because I didn't miss much. Not missing anything. We could probably add add some bookshelves to the office down there. I almost forgot. Now, one thing I didn't do on that lower level that I was thinking of doing was rugs. I might want to go back and do rugs. Definitely going to do a rug here in the den area that's just north of this. There's definitely going to be a rug in there. Yeah, I guess if someone shows up, I'll hang around, but if no one shows up in like the next, well, I mean, I'm doing it. Fuck it. I don't know. That's my official statement is I have no idea what I'm doing. Even though I got 8 hours of sleep, I might take a nap. Just cause I wanna. Um, but let's see how far we get on this. Cause I need to make some serious progress. Although I'm sort of like I don't know, I'm waffling on whether or not I'm gonna try to keep up with the roll 20 right now. I might let it lag behind for a minute. Cities live. Might raid city with all of my people, which is DM Quicksilver. Damn DM Quicksilver, you're hanging out though. I appreciate that. It's a den. It should probably have some bookshelves too. I think a nap is definitely in my. Despite the fact I slept till 10 o'clock this morning. I think a nap is almost assuredly in my future today. It's cold. You can't see them, but the animals are all cuddled up on the bed right now. Looks very inviting. Alright. We'll come back and add like some end tables and stuff, but I think first we're going to do, so do we have any shelves we want to add over here? Actually, we can. I have some empty shelves I don't use very often that so I don't use them because once I use them, you have to put stuff on them. and I'm lazy. These could actually double as benches. They look pretty similar to my benches, really. Where are my benches? This is a quick experiment. See how close I can get them to, No! Did you really? Okay. See how close I can get it to the table. This is just to put a couple of maps and maybe like a spyglass on. Oh, I never added... Hold on, y'all. Alright, I'm going to try not to do this very often, because if I continue to do it, it's going to take me for frickin' ever. But... I've got something that I realized that I missed that I really, really wanted to put in here. And not having it in here makes me feel bad. Because it's so simple, and it's going to add kind of a nice little cool element to this, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and add... I'm going to go ahead and add rugs. But that's not really why I'm here. I'm here because I didn't add rope. I spent so long making this rope, y'all. Like, it's pretty insane how long I took making this rope, how long it took me to make this rope. And in stables, it feels like a no-brainer. Like, you're gonna have rope. So I want rope. Whoop. I want a few ropes. Alright, and we're not actually going to put rugs in the dressing layer. And why do I call it the dressing layer? Because it could be called furnishings. I call it because historically in D&D books, going back to I think first ed D&D, there are always these tables in the back called dungeon dressing. And that stuck with me. See if there's any. Nope. Nobody talking. God, I might take some like Dayquil or something. Oh, looks like someone put a pillow in my sinuses. Where do we want rugs? Um, let's see if we want any in here. Yeah, that just does something. It just really does something for me to have rugs. I don't know why. Guess it's just another layer, and it's so easy. It's kind of a no-brainer that I should. And depending upon the type of rug, like it adds a little bit of, whoa, no sir, or no ma'am. Because like I can add, like this beige rug right here, and it kind of gives you a feel for where you are, and who lives there and stuff like that. And then I could go right here. And I can put this thing in. And it once again, like, it gives you a feel for kind of like, for what's going on. Although this does make me want to lighten up the debris a little bit. Actually, I kind of like letting it sit right there. What do y'all think of that? For anybody who's there. Let's do quick. Yeah, see, yeah. I mean that's exactly what I'm talking about. It just adds a little bit of oomph to it without even really trying all that hard. Okay. Yeah, that was okay. That took a little bit of time, but I'm happy I did it. No regrets. All right. I've been going for almost 2 hours now. How close am I even? I don't know. Well, we gotta finish. We gotta finish this one, and maybe another one. Upper shelves. I don't see upper shelves getting used, so I'm deleting upper shelves and upper shelf objects. I also don't see cage doors being used, so I'm deleting that as well. Alright, so I said that. I don't think that was true. I don't think these defense towers are going to have regular doors. I think they're going to have cage doors. So allow me to make a statement and then immediately retract it. Although I don't know why cage doors and regular doors are on separate layers. I don't think they need to be. What even is that layer? Okay. When in doubt, just make it storage. I think we're about ready for chairs. I think we're about ready for chairs. This is why I like to have grids too. Is when I think about what might happen in a game. I think of people like in these squares, like hanging around this table, and I want to make sure that there's room just to kind of like have their token on top of where the chair is. This would be a good little, and I do the same thing with meeting sizes. I'm not really worried about reality. I'm more worried about game, and that's kind of how I design my maps. Reality is overrated. Yeah, going back to my musings earlier, is real life friend? Is that a at this point in time? Is that a compliment? Even? Really? Definitely some connotations to it. So the armchair away from the rest of the group for the loner. That's where your edge lord sits. It's over there. Stick your edge lord in the corner. So this chair took me. I don't think I've sold this chair in a pack yet, and it's the first chair that I successfully completed that I liked. Took me well over an hour to make that damn chair. And when you look at like this chair, this chair's okay. It's fine, especially at the scale that it is. But that other chair is just way superior. Looks way cooler. Of course, some of those first assets I was making at like a ridiculously large DPI. So that probably has something to do with it too. My textures weren't as good, and I didn't understand as well like requirements for Roll20 and stuff, but still making some decent objects. Just a message from my co-conspirator, Chris Hopper. The other person, insane enough. Yeah, I'm getting hungry. I had breakfast really late, but it's not sticking with me. I have to get some hummus here in a little bit. Could make a fight club up here. Make a place for dueling. Might do that. This could be a good place for the ranger and or the barbarian. I think we're getting there. The question is if I'm going to keep on going with level 4 after this. Not sure if I am. Ooh, got 3 people watching. But in chat I just have me and DM Quicksilver. Sad. Grab all of the stuff I know I want and put it up there, and then I'm going to delete everything else. I think that's enough. I can grab, and this is just to save me a little bit of time, because I mean I can grab that other stuff. It's not a huge deal. Just saves me a little bit of extra time of dragging and dropping stuff from So yeah, let's go ahead and put it's going to be its own kind of layer. Let's put a couple of ballista here in the towers. I'm not going to make windows. Let's do like one. We'll do one in each tower. That way, like if there was an assault or they were expecting an assault, and I'll put one or two on the top towers. But for this purposes, I'm just gonna put one in every tower. Okay, and then here's where this process becomes a little bit more organic. Because now that I'm doing this, it's way too much. now that I'm putting that in there, I need to put here in the floor trash layer. Put some ballista bolts. You're probably gonna go here in a minute so I can eat some hummus and have a snack. I'm getting pretty hungry. Alright, yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Alright, all three people hanging out with me. Oh, David Glass popped in. As soon as I'm ready to go, David shows up. Are you the person who's been in here, David? I'm sure you are. Hey, what's up, David? I've been going for 2 hours, but I'm at a point where I really need to eat something. Even, like, not a full meal, but I need to eat, like, some hummus and veggies or something. You making any cool maps? God, I love these weapon crates so much. I made them for one of the Mapvember maps, and I'm just absolutely adore them so very much. Um, we could actually put some ballista bolts in some of these if we wanted to. How do these compare to those other ones in size? These are a little smaller. The big crates are a little bit over 10 feet. I'll have to get them exactly the same, but I'd like them to be close. throwing some stuff together for the writer's workshop. Very cool. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Let's This is we might end up doing with the space. I talked about turning it into like a fight club, but I actually have a whole underground layer with a thieves guild and stuff where I can do wonky things. So I might just turn this into a weapon room. I want this to be a lodge, and so like if I had like trophies and things like that, I would likely put them in here, but I do not have trophies. I have not made animal head trophies or anything like that yet. I don't even know how the hell I would do that. First, I would have to figure out how to make animal heads. I guess I could find animal heads off of. The big problem is finding stuff that's top down. So that either leaves you with like draw it, find it in real life and photograph it from the angle that you want, or make it in a program. I think all of these are too big. The spears will be about 5 feet. Swords will be 6 feet. Oh yeah, let's move these down here. So let's take, I want barrels in all of these storage rooms. I want some crates and barrels. So let's stick, before I start, let's get those in there. Let's get those down here. It's going to be interesting. Do I really want to take the time to do that? Oh, I know what I can do. Just made a new object by putting ballista bolts in an empty crate, and an empty weapons crate. All right, y'all. I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna raid city. So thank y'all for watching.